Imagine you are a mother with children and you're at Disneyland and this thing comes in the women's restroom?
He kind of...
No, it's like becoming a thing now where a lot of big gay creators are
sick of
saying what we've been saying for years.
Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gays, where we take on LGBT insanity. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson Lawson.
Hey guys.
So, are we big Jeffree Star fans?
I am. Ever since he did that one interview where he was like, where they asked if he was like non-binary, and he's like, that's just people were bored during COVID. Oh yeah.
He ate with that.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Jeffree. I know there's some problematic stuff with Jeffree's past. I don't want to potentially endorse Jeffree overall, but he's been going off, and I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about his past either, but right now I like him.
Anyway, if you don't know, this is a YouTuber turned TikToker as well, who's like a beauty influencer and does makeup and cosmetics, obviously is a gay man, and also is apparently fed up with like woke LGBTQ plus insanity and bullshit, kind of like us.
Yeah.
So he's been just dropping truth bombs lately, and we're going to react to a couple clips of him from TikTok that are popping off. Here's that first one.
This new world where these people want to go into the women's bathroom with your guys' children, and we're going to think that this is okay. That's the root. You can be whoever the fuck you want to be, but this person, imagine all the mothers in the chat right now. You're at Disneyland. Everyone knows what Disneyland is. Imagine you are a mother with children and you're at Disneyland and this thing comes in the women's restroom? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? But I'm a woman. Look, I'm wearing a dress. Huh? all my parents in the chat, do you want this person in the women's restroom? I don't, and I'm a male. And society is trying to make that acceptable. In what world was I born in?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel heavy that silence is? I'm sick to my stomach. That is a grown man with a mustache telling Charlie that he wants to be called a she.
I mean,
he kind of...
No, it's like becoming a thing now where a lot of big gay creators are
sick of
saying what we've been saying for years.
And we took a lot of slings and arrows for saying
did.
it.
You're welcome.
But better late than never. I don't ever want to be like the woke people who punish converts. You know, they're like, you used to not agree with gay marriage. You're evil forever.
Right.
That's why they lost. Like, you're supposed to actually welcome people.
Not everybody is meant to be like the ones who want to scream at the crowd and tell them they're wrong. And that's okay.
But I will say that, like, one thing I appreciate about Jeffree is we talk about non-binary a lot and how it's just okay to acknowledge reality that you're male, but be androgynous.
Right.
And Jeffree's like the epitome of that. Jeffree looks non-binary, and I don't even mean that as an insult. Like, I think that's kind of what he's going for.
Yeah.
But he doesn't deny reality. He doesn't claim to be a they or not male. And that's what I really appreciate.
Yeah, because he doesn't derive value from whether being a man or a female. He probably gets it from being Jeffree, which is honestly like kind of the epitome of having good mental health.
Yeah, and Jeffree as well is making a fair point. Like, obviously, I don't think Jeffree has anything against legitimate transsexual people who want to blend in. And Jeffree has specified that in other videos.
He's done a lot of videos with like very popular trans creators.
But it's the total breaking down of all barriers, of all standards. Like a person with a mustache wanting to go in the women's room and declaring himself, I'm a girl, I'm wearing a dress. Obviously, that's the kind of thing that's going to drive backlash from normal society against the LGBT.
Right. Like it's almost like they've broken it down so they don't have to put in the work to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Or the money to pass, which I understand that can be hard for somebody with dysphoria. But I have a hard time believing that somebody who is going behind a camera with a full-blown mustache, wearing an ugly-ass dress, actually has dysphoria and wants to broadcast themselves to all of the internet.
Bitch, shaving your mustache is free.
Right. Like, if you really had dysphoria, you would not want to be put on a public platform looking like that. I don't believe that that's the case.
So then you're left with whoever that is, whether they are just confused and brainwashed, whether they may be
fetishists.
fetishists.
Yeah.
That is a thing. But of course, because Jeffree is dropping these truth bombs, some people are upset with him. So let's watch this video.
Oh, God.
Jeffree Star was shaped like a box of almond milk about the face when he started content creation. Y'all are tagging me and stuff about him. First of all, he's a white gay man. And here's the interesting thing. He really do have the secret sauce. Examples of people who currently or did identify as gay men who get to exist in femininity and they get to benefit from that expression and they get to maintain their privilege in identifying as a man when it comes down to it.
I think you get the idea. And of course, they accuse Jeffree of transphobia and racism.
Okay, hold on. I want to quantify the privilege that Jeffree has for acknowledging biological reality. You're right. It is a privilege to be educated and not have your head in the clouds. So you're absolutely right.
Is it a privilege to not be Delulu?
Yeah.
I get, but
it is, because if you live your life being confused as hell, I would say that that's not necessarily good for your success. So you're right,
certainly
it is a
not.
privilege, but it is also a choice as to whether or not you have that privilege.
Now they're attacking Jeffree for being feminine, but also not believing in non-binary and other stuff, or criticizing trans women who don't even attempt to pass or anything. I really don't see anything inconsistent about that.
No, and I didn't, from Jeffree's video, I didn't see him criticizing trans people with dysphoria. I saw him criticizing somebody who is using trans people with dysphoria as a scapegoat to play out their own fetishes, most likely.
And that is a very valid critique, actually. The other thing, and this is so insane, Jeffree is getting attacked by TikTok because Jeffree was horrified by the shooting of Charlie Kirk, like a normal person. So I'll roll another clip here.
Well, let me say this. I think some people were shocked that I had sympathy. You were shocked that I had sympathy for someone that got what? So, okay, anyway, as someone who's been on social media for a very long time, I enjoyed scrolling on TikTok and seeing his debates. He was a very intelligent person. And it's so funny that these people never have a real answer. How come they never have a real answer back? He literally is just asking simple scientific facts. Can someone tell me why no one can ever answer a real question? He asked what the definition of a woman was. And that man said back to Charlie, a woman is whoever thinks they're a woman. My brain is losing, my IQ is lowering every time I see one of these people respond to him.
He ate again.
He got a follow from me. I followed him on TikTok after I saw that video.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I appreciate Jeffree being a normal person and being willing to say, like, actually murdering people is bad.
And it's very hard for them to try to paint Jeffree out as, like, far right or anything.
You can't. You can't be like, that's a far right extremist.
Like that's a Nazi. It's like, no, this is actually a very basic belief. And I just know that somebody like him most likely sits in the middle on a lot of issues similarly to like what we do, because if he enjoyed watching intellectual debate, well, not all of his debates are intellectual, then that means he enjoys seeing both sides, and I can respect that.
Yeah.
It means he's a human.
And
like,
it's just being normal.
He's also really smart. Like
is it?
Yeah. He's made millions.
Good businessman for sure. Yeah.
Very smart.
And apparently lives in like Montana or something on a massive ranch.
Yeah, I know he moved from LA to Montana.
I mean, I'd get out of LA too, but listen, please, none of this is an endorsement of Jeffree Star. Like I said, I know nothing about him or his background, but he's been eating up lately. And we're going to say if someone's eaten, we're going to be like, Yep.
He was right there.
And the fact that any of the things he's saying are controversial and that he's getting so much backlash and hate for this, like that hate video we showed you had hundreds of thousands of likes, is actually insane.
Well, it makes me think that it has to be bots.
I don't think I
know.
You always say that, and I think that is a cope.
I think it is too.
You're trying to cope with how fucking crazy
because, like,
this country
what the hell
is
going on. Like, I just don't.
Like, but it might make you feel
we weren't
better.
born in the dumbest time in history.
But we've lived in it.
But now it's like, I don't know any time in history where people were genuinely confused as to what was between their legs so much. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Like, look down.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I have penis. Like, that's what the cavemen did. They knew.
I just...
Sorry. I think, this might be a Coke, but I do think, especially on TikTok, we will see if bots are a problem once it gets bought and the algorithm changes.
But
it'll be less foreign influence.
I just don't think, I think most of these are real people who are actually that.
Or maybe like 12-year-olds.
Maybe also mushy brains, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. You let us know what you think. Do you like Jeffree Star? Do you agree with these statements? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed. Do hit the like button as well. And remember, guys, please consider becoming a member. You always ask us, when are you going to do...
I'm a normie.
Yes, and give us money. And you always ask us, when are you going to do long-form content? Well, we're going to do it every week, but just for members. Long-form 30 to 60-minute videos. Up first, we're going to be doing a deep dive on the creepiest TikToker we've ever reacted to. Yeah. You owe me reparations.
Yeah.
We're also going to react to Grindr horror stories. So please use the SpeakPipe link in the description to send us some of your worst experiences on Grindr. We'll react to that in a members only video as well. And with that, guys, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and we'll be back with more Normal Gays content real soon.